Howdy everyone. I'm going to demonstrate how to trim the stiffeners for the fuselage. So I am referencing drawing number 18. And if you're looking at drawing 18, it's the area that is marked F786 Bravo upper fuse J stiffener aft end trim. That's what I'll be discussing. Those dimensions and that picture can be quite confusing. And here is how I figured out to lay them out relatively simply. First thing that I do is I peel back the blue vinyl to give me some clean metal so I can draw my lines with my Sharpie. Next, I use a square, and I have the square set up so that this dimension here is the 1532 dimension, 1530 seconds. So now I take the J channel. This is the flat leg of the channel here, and this is more of the S-curve area here. So measuring from the end, I'm going to make sure I'm still in picture here. Measuring from the end along this long surface, I'm going to draw my line using my square that is set to 15/30 seconds of an inch. And it's smeared a little bit, the ink. But you can see the line there. That's 15/30 seconds. Next, I'll take my ruler and along that line, along the line that I just drew, measuring from the edge, the end of the J channel, I'm going to mark off my 11/16 dimension. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11/16 is right there. Check the camera. Okay, so there is my long line, 15/30 seconds, and I've got that little tick mark at 11/16. Next, I'll go to the other edge of the J channel. Along this long edge here, measuring from the end, I'll measure the 7/8 dimension and draw a little line at that dimension. Now all I need to do is draw a line from the 7/8 mark, hope this shows up, 7/8 mark here to the 11/16 mark here. I just need to draw a line there. Now what I choose to do is I draw that freehand. So I'll just kind of draw this diagonal line going back and forth from one side to the other and just kind of try to connect those two marks just like that. Okay? And that's it. The reason I freehand this line here is because when I cut it on the bandsaw, I leave the line showing, and then I'll use my file to file this back. When I file this back, I know that the file is nice and straight, so I just lay it across here and file it, and that will bring it nice and straight. So as long as when I'm done filing, this edge here and this edge here is correct. Everything in between I know will be straight because the file is nice and straight. And that's it. That's the profile there. And of course you cut out this area here. So here is a finished unit. That's what you're looking for. I know it might be a little confusing still, even on the video. These pieces are still full length. I'm trying to move them around without swat stuff out here in the shop. All right. So at this point, all I need to do is trim it to length. There are 3 different lengths. So I'll cut the one that I just marked for you on camera, and then I'll cut all 6 of these pieces to the proper lengths, and that's that. So this is the drawing that I was referring to. This is drawing 18. This is the picture I was referring to for the J channel. You can see here that this is specifically for F786 Bravo. You only need to make 2 J stiffeners with this particular cutout. If you look here, this is the drawing for the overall length of all 6 J stiffeners. And you look, the top 2, 786A, left and right, or what is it? Yeah, left and right, sorry. I hope if I get it in the camera view. So you have F86 Alpha, left and right. Those are this length overall. And then you have the F86 Bravos, left and right, which is this length. Now the 786 Bravos, those are the only 2 that get this rear edge trim. And then you have F786 Charlie, left and right, gets cut to this length. So Bravo gets the special end treatment. The Alphas and the Charlies do not. So you have to make 2 of each, the top, upper, and lower, left and right. The Bravos, which are the uppers, those 2 get the end trimmed as I just demonstrated. Again, a little confusing. You just have to take your time, look over the plans really well. Make sure you look at all of these individual little pictures all the time on every drawing constantly, and check for notes, check for other views. A lot of times they'll send you to a different print to look at things. Take a breath, take your time, everything will be fine. All right. Alright, so obviously I use a Dremel to cut that, and of course a mask, eye protection, hearing protection is a must. Now I could not, let me see if this is in view, I guess it is. With that size wheel on the Dremel, I couldn't get into this tight corner here, so I think at this point I stopped short. I think I'm just going to flex this and snap it off, and then I'll clean that up with the file, clean up these edges a little bit. I'm not going to get too fanatic because this is probably going to have to be tweaked, enlarged and whatnot once I get the tail wheel assembly in here, and I'll have to clean this out more than likely for some added clearance. So right now I'm just going to deburr it so I don't cut myself and then start trying to fit it. But that worked fairly well. It didn't take very long. Of course, I only filmed the last little bit, but the whole process to get to this point only took maybe, I don't know, not even 10 minutes. So let me see if I can snap this off of here without tweaking anything around it. Yep, no problem. So now I can clean that up to the line with a round rat tail file and then clean up these edges and start fitting it.